Wow. All right. So let's look at the bracket now for Vegas in City on Saturday. The double dip of great games. So basically, right, college football ends, and we've got semifinals of NBA Cup in its stead on Saturday in Vegas.
That is precisely what you'll get on Saturday. So here's how it looks. The first game will be at 4:30 East. Hawks and the Bucks for the East side. I'm seeing Milwaukee at -3.5 right now. There it is for you.
Why would they do
that?
Honestly, why would they do that? Why
Do
not
what?
7 and 9:30 or something? I mean, honestly.
Television rules. Well, here's actually also why. And I don't like this at all. I get why they're doing it, and I was going to get into this conversation with you. They are selling this as two separate tickets. So it's not like when you go to like a college doubleheader at one of these things where one ticket, you're in for both games. They play one game, 30 minutes later. So they're going to play the first game, make everyone leave, and then bring them all back in. So that's why there's a 4-hour gap. They have a 4-hour window to do all this. So they're going to play the first game at 4:30 East. And then they're going to play the Rocket Thunder game at 8:30 East. So it's like a split doubleheader, he's like to say. And I wanted to say this to you.
That's absolute bullshit is what that is.
Well, it's money is what it's all about. Now, they do have some issues. Gabe brought this up, and I actually was going to tell you. I saw the Arash tweet, too. Bucks Hawks is going for $29 right now. Thunder Rockets for $39 you can get in. His tweet says, tickets have plummeted since the teams were set last night. The Vegas people were hoping that the Lakers, Warriors, Suns, Clippers, Celtics, or Knicks would be there, but no dice. They're upset that all the small market teams are in the NBA Cup with OKC, Milwaukee, Houston. They don't like that, Sky. They wanted LeBron or Steph or the Celtics or the Knicks. They want the big teams out in Vegas, and they didn't get it, so now no one's going to go to the games, they say.
Well, that's ridiculous because let me tell you something. Here's how this is going to play out. Anyone that's in Vegas this weekend that's there partying, like, obviously Elvis is going to the Eagles concert and then a Garth Brooks concert, so he's not going. But if you and I were there, we would go to these games. And anyone that has money that is in Vegas gambling and drinking that has money that is there to party, they're going to go too. And they don't care who these teams are. The locals don't like the teams. Oh, like they like that Raider team that sucks and never wins. I mean, what's next? The A's? How they don't win? I don't believe that. Who cares? Frankly, I'll say it. Who cares what the locals think? It's not that hard to fill an arena to watch an NBA basketball tournament game. I still think they'll draw. I think everyone that's there as a tourist, partying, drinking, drugging, sexting, whatever they're doing, they're going to go to the games. Why not? If I were there, I'd go to the games. Morency and I already said we'd go to the games. I'd go to the games. I don't care what local people are doing. Screw them.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me because I get you don't have the huge brands like the Lakers, the Knicks, etc. But you still have stars here. It's not like they got teams here. Giannis, Dame Time, SGA, Trae Young. Like there's a lot of great players that are going to be there this week. I mean, you got stars in these two games. Doesn't make a lot of sense that the interest wouldn't be there.
The Rockets have stars too.
For them to be there. The Rockets have a bunch of guys too. They have a great young team. That they're bringing up. It's
stupid. Who cares? I'll tell you one thing.
Right.
It's on national television, and
yes.
I'll be watching. I don't care what those people think. What do you mean, people?
You people. The Thunder are the favorites to win the whole thing, by the way. With the 4 teams that are left, the Thunder are the odds-on favorite. There it is right there. It's their plus $1.15. Still get the Hawks. Now, you said this before the games the other night. I gave you that list of the 8 teams when there was 8 teams left, and the Hawks were down there in the 25, 23, 24, 25 to 1 range.
23 to 1.
And now you'd be sitting fat as they go to Vegas, still having some good hedge opportunities if you had that ticket. Still a good one with them. What did that say? $650, I think it said for the Hawks when we just put it up. So you still get yourself a nice number with that. Five,
Eddie. Look, let me tell you something. They're going to beat the Bucks. and it's going to be the Thunder and the Hawks. And I agree with Morency, and I didn't need him to tell me. The Thunder, look, they're the best team of all these teams, without a doubt. They're the youngest, fastest, best defensive, best front office, best everything, best star player of all of them. Let's face facts. It'd be Giannis or it'd be Shai Gilgeous, right? In this scenario. Yeah. And I think the Bucks are average. They could barely beat a Magic team that was so shorthanded it wasn't even funny. And, I experienced that last night. A shorthanded team I played on, and we still won. I don't think the Bucks are as good as everybody thinks they are. And I'll tell you what, let's say the Bucks beat the Hawks. Fair enough. Let's say they beat them. They're still losing to the Thunder. They're losing to the Thunder. And I'll tell you one thing. They will get all kinds of physical with Giannis Antetokounmpo if they make the final. Because I think most people think it's going to be Milwaukee and Oak City in that final. Would you guess that, Mike?
Yes, I would think that that's what everybody would expect. Would be that. Would be OKC.
I'm sure Milwaukee's favored.
Milwaukee's favored over the Hawks in the first game. Yes, I think the Thunders they're the favorites for everything. With whoever they play, they're going to be favored at this point in time. So there you go. NBA Cup, Vegas this weekend. Very exciting. This story is now reached. I'm getting really sick of it. Just trade the guy already. The Suns are another team Jimmy Butler would allegedly be open going to. Cut the cord here. Can we trade this guy already? I can't do this every day. There's another team in. The Heat are thinking about it. This team's in. This team's out. You obviously want to trade the guy, so trade him. Just get it done with. Let's go.
So we got the Suns, the Mavs, the Rockets, the Dubs are all automatic that they want to do a deal with him.
Well, I don't know if it's that they want to do a deal for him, but he would go there. He would go to those teams. So I guess you got to cater to the player. Remember that in the NBA. It's always the player has to be catered to, wherever he wants to go.
The Suns, and they still don't win with 4 stars.
LeBron, unlikely to play tomorrow night against the Timberwolves. He allegedly still has that foot soreness. So he's now going to potentially miss 2 games in a row.
This guy. I don't care if his leg fell off.
Before I saw this other story today, I forgot that this guy existed too. Bronny will play his first G League road game tonight in Arizona.
Who cares?
So Bronny back in the news. Dirk Nowitzki close to finalizing a deal to join Amazon Prime's NBA coverage next season. All right. We'll see. I guess I've never heard Dirk do any analysis of the NBA, so we'll see how that goes for him next year.
Listen, let's just be honest here. Okay, so whenever there's games on there, like tonight, right? Such a pain in my ass to go get it. Like it's just I'm like watching games. I'm watching hockey. I got the game, and then I'm like, oh yeah, the Thursday night game's on. And I gotta pick up the remote. I gotta change over to the streaming network, and then it comes on and it says watch now or start from the beginning. I gotta like, how about
why the hell would I want to start from the beginning?
How about when it goes over there and it just wants to refresh your membership, decides that day you need to re-sign in. I haven't remembered a password to any of them. I have to call my son at San Diego State. I'm like, yeah, can you give me those passwords again? I think those streaming network games suck, and I got to go through all these hoops to get to it. After a while, I just stop. I don't even care. I watch hockey.
Get ready. Steelers on Christmas Day on Netflix, so make sure you got your password updated.
Well, obviously, I have Netflix, Christmas and I'll watch the Steelers on Christmas Day. I mean, obviously, there are some teams that I'm willing to jump through hoops for.
The Rams and the Niners might not be as big a hoop to jump through if that's
my
the
buddy
game.
called me today at Carver High, and he said, and I don't even like this guy. You know who he is, in Vegas. And he says, Sunday's going to be great. Sunday's going to be great. You ready for Sunday? I'm like, listen, dude, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Isn't he an Eagle fan? Isn't he an Eagle fan?
He's an Eagles fanatic.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's just automatic that they're going to kick the Steelers' ass. Automatic.
Too many Eagle fans between him and Kincaid and all these other guys. There's just too much Eagle juice
these people.
flying around.
What do you mean, you people?
I like how they all love each other now too. You see all these guys yesterday, AJ Brown and Hurts. Everybody loves each other. It's I don't believe it for a second.
It's their phony.
But their
phony episode.
All love each other now. So there you go. We have 3 games tonight in the NBA, and I will just we will do those when we come back because we're at the end of the hour and we have some other things to do. So we will do the 3 games tonight, which include the Celtics and the Pistons, the Raptors and the Heat, and Sacramento is in New Orleans against the Pelicans. So we'll do those and then start the football, which will be the Rams and the Niners this evening, Thursday night game to start Week 15. So very busy.
Honestly,
next hour that we have.
The 3 NBA games are awful tonight. You talk about second-class citizen games. These 3 games are as bad as it gets. It really is.
They're not great. They're not
Who
great
wants
games.
To watch we got some the New Orleans Pelicans and all of their problems.
We'll start in Boston, where the Pistons come calling for the Celtics. Minus 12.5 for the Celtics here. Always a big number when you walk into their building. Total at 225.5. Can the Pistons stay within the number tonight?
Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't even think so at 14. And everybody started betting it, right? And now it's 12.5. So I still think the Celtics will blow them out. I love that bench with Pritchard. The way they shoot threes, Tatum, Brown, and company, it's ridiculous. I don't even know. I don't care Porzingis is on that team anymore. They still wipe people out. So they're tough to beat in the Garden. I'll still take a shot with the Celtics there at 12.5.
Yeah, I think it's might be because they've played twice already this year. This is the 3rd time they're playing. And the Pistons have been inside 10 both times. So they lost by 10, they lost by 6 each time that they've played this, including a couple days ago, last week, the 4th. So 8 days ago, they played in Boston, and it was a 10-point game, 130 to 120. So that could be why everybody's running to the window. That means Celtics tonight. Hammer, squash job for them here. Raptors in Miami against the Heat. Heat minus 10.5, 224.5 the total.
Yeah, I think Barnes is out, obviously. So I'll take the Raptors and the 10.5. If all the star players are out, give me the Raptors.
Yeah, and Raptors beat them last week in Toronto. They also played a week ago. And the Raptors beat Miami up there north of the border. So we'll take the big points with them down on South Beach. And the Kings are in New Orleans against the Pelicans. Kings minus 7.5 is the number for us here.
Yeah, I like the Kings. That number, 7.5 is kind of fishy for me. It's a big number in that building. And I know they're getting healthier, right? It's not as bad as it was where they had all their problems. Yeah. Remember that 1.5 point spread they covered when we were making fun of them? Maybe they're the bet tonight. 7.5 with them at home. Kings win, don't cover.